Hello, this is Robert Temple from www.confidence-academy.com, your personal self-confidence coaching. Now, I've put this video together. It's a fairly quick video. I've put this video together to teach a theory of mine called the confidence rope bridge. Now, I'll point out there's nothing for sale in this video. Don't worry about it. You can keep your wallet in your pocket. This is just a few minutes of pure content to teach this theory. Okay, now so what is the confidence rope bridge? Well, it's a self-confidence analogy which I created back around June 2008, which is about 18 months before making this video. So despite the fact that I made it about 18 months ago, since then it's just been collecting dust in my mind, sort of whirring around. I've been adding bits and pieces to it and really thinking it through fully. And to be honest, this video is the first time that I'm actually sharing this theory with anybody. Now we'll just go back to that first slide for a second so I can let you absorb the picture of that rope bridge. Obviously, assuming you've never seen one before, it's just a bridge made of bits of wood and some rope. So with that in mind, let me go on to explain this theory. Now, for anybody who wants to become a more self-confident person, for someone who wants to boost their self-confidence and perhaps their self-esteem, in my opinion, what you're about to discover is one of the most important things to remember on your journey. Okay, on your journey to becoming a more confident person. Now, that journey to becoming a more confident person is in many ways like crossing a rope bridge. Okay, building your self-confidence and building your self-esteem is like stepping foot and crossing a rickety old rope bridge like the one you've just seen in that picture. So let's say, for example, and I think it's fairly safe to assume that you want to become a more confident person. Otherwise, why are you watching this video? So we'll assume that you want to become more confident. However you decide to go about this, whatever confidence techniques and strategy you use, it's going to take you a lot of courage and a lot of determination to begin that journey. Just like if you imagine you're stood on a big mountain and there's another big mountain in the distance and that's your target, that's your goal, that's where you need to get to, and there's a rickety old rope bridge between the two, moving the first few steps onto that rope bridge would also take a lot of courage and a lot of determination. So, however you decide to become more confident, we know it's going to take courage and determination, just like stepping onto a rope bridge. But as time goes on, as you start to apply the techniques and theories that you learn, your confidence is going to start to build. As you get further on to that metaphorical rope bridge, which represents the journey to become a totally confident person, you're going to become less and less daunted by the steps and obstacles that lie in front of you. Okay, so as you get further onto that rope bridge, as you get closer to becoming a more confident person in your life, you'll be less daunted by any obstacles like the holes between the bits of wood in the rope bridge. So this means that as you start to practice these various techniques and strategies that you'll be learning to become more confident over the next weeks and months, your self-confidence and your self-esteem will continue to grow. But as it grows, it will grow faster and faster by the day. So every day you'll be twice as confident as you were the day before, but then the day after that you might be 5 times as confident as you were the day before. It really is like a snowball thing. The faster it rolls, the bigger it gets. Okay? And as your confidence grows more and more, that's like stepping further and further and faster onto this rickety, dusty rope bridge. Because what happens is you find your emotional footing, as I like to call it, on this confidence bridge. So your confidence is like the rickety old rope bridge, but once you find your emotional footing on that bridge, it becomes easier. You start to learn how to balance, you start to learn how to step, you start to learn what you can get away with and what you can't in your life, and your confidence grows even more. But then, when you least expect it, something negative happens. Just when, at the worst possible time, when everything in your life is going fantastic and you're halfway over that old rickety rope bridge, like you look down. And when you look down, what I mean by that is fate throws a curveball at you. Something goes horribly wrong, and it could be anything. Like someone says something hurtful. Perhaps you lose a job. There's a death in the family. You fail an exam. Break up with your partner. The list is endless. Anything negative. But it will often come at the worst possible time. Just as your confidence has reached the highest it's ever been, something bad happens. In other words, you look down from that rope bridge and you fall, hurtling down from that rope bridge. Something bad happens to you, you look down and you fall, hurtling down from that rope bridge. You come crashing back down, and all of that hard work and energy that you thrust into becoming a more confident person and crossing that rope bridge is gone, just like that. You find yourself back at square one and you're wondering if it's worth trying ever again. Your confidence is lower than it's ever been. Now, can you relate to this feeling of failure in your life? I know that I can. Now, some of you won't yet. I know that I can. Nobody's perfect, and everybody will at some point hit a stumbling block that knocks them back from success. So, It's so difficult, but my message to you from this presentation is to remember that anything is possible as long as you put your mind to it and as long as you focus. The other side of that rope bridge of confidence is reachable. And I know this better than anybody. I used to be an incredibly shy person. I remember as a teenager, an early teenager, I'd be hiding behind people. I just didn't want, I was just a very, very shy person. But now I am in meetings every day, I take interviews regularly, I am doing presentations for hundreds or even thousands of people and do not bat an eyelid for it. As part of my job, I have to do all kinds of things that stop me from being shy. So all sorts of things that require extreme confidence, and all of that was, a lot of the equation, a lot of the missing link I needed to become a more confident person. But now I've successfully crossed that rickety rope bridge, and sure, there were curveballs, there were holes, and there were occasions when I nearly fell. But the important thing is that you can reach the other side of that rope bridge too. You can reach the other side of that rope bridge. The important thing is you just ignore everything, okay? Whatever life throws at you, just keep trying and don't let it knock you off your rope bridge. Just keep your head up and keep on walking. Now that just about wraps up this presentation. Okay, I've said what I needed to say. I've tried to keep it as succinct as possible. This was originally a much longer presentation, but I've managed to tie it down to say what I need to say and then move on. So the important thing is, as you cross your rope bridge, as you continue on your journey to become a more confident person, whatever life throws you, do not let it knock you off the rope bridge. In other words, don't look down. That's all for this video. This is Robert Temple from the Confidence Academy signing out. Thank you so much. If you've enjoyed this video, then do get to the blog, the confidence-academy.com/blog. There's a load of other hints and tips and all sorts of other things teaching you how to become a more confident person. Thank you. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I look forward to seeing you on the blog very, very soon.